spokesperson Alex Mashilo earlier.
We cannot shy away from the challenges that are facing the alliance in the currently being the challenges between the SACP and the ANC. The SACP has been at pains actually to stress the issue of unity within the alliance, and just recently in October we had the president axing the former Minister of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Nzimande. How do you view that in terms of trying to assist in building relations again within the tripartite alliance?
Obviously, that decision weakened the alliance. It was factional, it was dictatorial, there was no consultation either with the ANC or the alliance as a whole or with the SACP. That's not how the alliance should function. When you are in an alliance, you must consult one another with the aim of reaching consensus. The National Democratic Revolution, our program to achieve the transformation of South Africa towards a completely non-racial, non-sexist and prosperous society, is a joint program. It doesn't belong only to the ANC or to President Jacob Zuma as an individual. Neither do the powers that are conferred to the president in the Constitution belong to him as private property. They were fought for by the ANC, not representing only its members, but representing the whole of the alliance. The alliance must therefore function democratically, but over and above its internal democracy, the alliance must involve our people in producing and giving direction to our revolution and transformation. Remember, in the Freedom Charter, we say that the people shall govern. We are not saying an individual shall govern. We are not saying the ANC shall govern. We are not saying the alliance shall govern. We are saying the people must govern. The alliance must lead the process whereby our people are governing. But failure to consult the ANC, the failure to consult the alliance, the failure to consult the SACP is not building this alliance. It is destroying this alliance. More and more, there is a growing distance between the ANC and the alliance on the one hand and the masses of our people on the other hand, which is why we suffered serious electoral declines in the local government elections of last year. For this alliance to survive, it will have to reconfigure. It will have to be democratic. If it is dictatorial, if it functions along lines of unilateralism, if it functions along lines of authoritarianism, it is going to die.
Mr. Mashilo, I'll be specific with you. Do you feel that the actions of the president are actually making the situation worse, the situation in terms of the relationship between the alliance?
Definitely. The actions of the president are making the situation worse, not only for the alliance, but also for the ANC. Remember that what we have is an ANC-led government. Just imagine ANC officials and elected leaders coming out to say the president did not consult with them. That can only be understood to mean that the ANC has been dislodged from government. When opposition parties blame things that are happening in the government against the African National Congress and the ANC says we are not being consulted, you can see there is a problem.
Mr. Mashilo, is the SACP ready though to contest elections independently from the ANC?
It has been our historical thinking and approach to unite all the historically oppressed people, to unite all the exploited. But if the alliance does not reconfigure, we will not tolerate a one-man show. We will not tolerate a situation where decisions are made in our name and we are not consulted. If that doesn't change, obviously there is no other way forward but to go to the ballot outside an umbrella of a reconfigured alliance. What we are doing now is to engage, is to sensitize the leadership of the ANC, and we are still appealing to the president that there is still time to act democratically, because all undemocratic tendencies are not building but are destroying this alliance.
Take a look at other news now. The ANC's National Executive Committee has interrupted a special meeting at Irene outside Pretoria because of conflicting views on the draft report by the Party Secretary General Gwede Mantashe. The National Working Committee is meeting at present to discuss the